Hello and welcome to another update video about Ethereum. So what a weekend for Ethereum. Ethereum moved down, broke out on the weekend, out of the triangle, made a lower low compared to the wave B and even a lower low compared to that of the 12th of May at around $1,700. So it did everything it needed to do to complete this overall correction. Yeah, especially here on the lower time frame as well. Elliott wave count can be seen as complete, which doesn't mean it needs to be complete. I'm very clear here. It doesn't mean it needs to be complete as long as we are below the wave E high at $1,803. Yeah, as long as we are below that, there is no bullish confirmation for a beginning of an uptrend. So anybody who prefers to have confirmation needs to wait for above 1803, and even a move above that doesn't necessarily mean we are breaking out, but it is a really good indication. But of course I'll keep you updated here on a daily basis. But so far, what are we doing here? So we waited all that way here all along for lower prices here. I've been telling you throughout that we wait for a breakout here. It happened. Now what did surprise me a bit was that the move down was much stronger than what we've seen even for many altcoins and for Bitcoin. Now that could be related to the delay of Ethereum's move from proof of work to proof of stake. Yeah, that could be one reason. It is generally related to sentiment, and I mean, we kind of knew already when we went into the weekend and last week that lower prices would be expected. So in the end, that materialized. The question is now, is this wave 5 in green complete? And you know, it could be complete because we moved below the wave 3 low from the 12th of May. And by making that lower low, we fulfilled the minimum requirements for this overall completion of the correction. However, two things to point out here. One thing, by the way, awesome that we retested from below my previous support line. So I told you when we were here that next support will be at 1548. Now we came down exactly to that level and we're now retesting that level from below. That is absolutely not bullish. We are in fact making even lower highs, as you can see it here. So how do we count this in detail? And I thought about this quite a while. Two possibilities, and how do we do that? So from up here, obviously we moved down in a wave 1. So my view is this can be counted here as a wave 1. So we can do that here, wave 1. Basically a 5-wave move in itself. Then we have a wave 2 here. And then the wave 3 is oftentimes the longest wave. That is already what I told you in the previous video, that this is probably here a wave 3. And I think we can then assume that we moved up in a wave 4. And I looked at the chart in detail. I wasn't quite sure in the previous video. That is actually when I just had woken up, you know, and the move had already happened. But I think this here makes total sense that this here is a wave 4. So, and then the overall count makes perfect sense. Why does it make sense that this here was a wave 4? It makes sense because this here was a triangle, and a wave 4 can usually, not usually, but can definitely come across as a triangle. So wave 4 makes sense to me, and then we moved down in a wave 5. Yeah, so as you can see here, not everything is following Bitcoin, because Bitcoin, if you have seen my Bitcoin video, Bitcoin hasn't finished its 5 waves down and has a completely different wave count. Yeah, so very interesting to point that out, by the way. So Ethereum has already done its 5 moves down, and we can very clearly already count here an A, B, C to the upside, which would, yeah, there's two possibilities again for that. So first possibility is that 5th wave, yeah, this wave 5 in yellow, has completed wave 5 in green. Now this is the wave 5 that belongs to the wave 4 here, where the triangle ended, and to the wave 3 from the 12th of May. That is the same wave degree, which would mean, if this is the case, Ethereum's overall correction is finished, I wouldn't have a problem with that. Ethereum has come into my target area here in yellow between $1,200 and $1,500. I'm happy. From, you know, if it's for me, it could now start to move up, you know, but the bullish signals for me are still too weak, and I have a problem. I've got a couple of problems with that view that Ethereum has already completed the correction. One problem is, again, here we've only just made a lower high. So again, not bullish. We've retested a resistance line from below, not bullish. We have Bitcoin not completed with its correction yet. And my view is that if Bitcoin hasn't completed its correction yet, that definitely puts Ethereum, or is going to put Ethereum further under pressure. Yeah, going into next week. So I'm not convinced that the overall wave 5 here in green is complete, and which means that the overall correction isn't complete. Either way, even if it was finished, in the current environment, I personally would wait for confirmation, which would be obtained. Let's say we do something like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which would be obtained if we get a 5-wave move done and we have price action above the wave E high at 1803. As long as we are below 1803, I will keep my move down. I will keep my bearish mode, you can say, or my view that we are still going to go lower. Basically, I'm forced to do it. I can't do differently. You know, everything else would be a guess and speculation. We want to wait for evidence in the chart. Otherwise, otherwise it is really just a guessing and speculation and hopium. And hopium doesn't have anything to do in financial markets. You know, hopium doesn't help you. So we want to wait for evidence on this channel. And if you want to see that, then subscribe. But so I've got my problem with that. So therefore, and this is the not so good news. That means that I think the wave 5 will be somewhere down here. And this was only a wave 1. This was only a wave 1. Different color. Let's choose blue. So this was only a wave 1, which means that what we've seen here was possibly already the wave 2. But again, there is no evidence that the wave 2 is finished. Evidence will only be there if we break below the previous swing low at 1425. That is what we would be waiting for. And that is the reason for concern, I can tell you that. That would mean the wave 3, which would then be coming, depending on how high now wave 2 will go. Yeah, the higher the better for Ethereum, honestly. So if I count it like that, it would mean that the wave 3 would go to $930. It doesn't need to, okay? It doesn't need to. It is just one likely target, the 1.618 FIB extension. To be honest, it's actually the minimum target that you would expect of a wave 3. The wave 1, though, was very long. So if you have an extended wave 1, you would not necessarily have to see the 1.618 FIB extension, okay? So just to note that. But what we could expect is maybe the 100%. So the $1,166 level. We just need to be prepared for that. If this happens, my target area will get broken to the downside. I'd rather make you aware now. Yeah, I'd rather make you aware now. Because at the moment, there is just no evidence that we're turning around to the upside. So be prepared for further downside. However, possibly not before Wednesday. So Wednesday will be the FOMC meeting. And I think there will be quite a bit of volatility around that time. But it has been a very, very exciting weekend. And there has been quite a bit of volume as well. So if I add the volume indicator to the chart, you can see quite a lot of volume for the weekend, more than in the last week. So, or more than during the week. So that is interesting. So there's currently a lot of interest. A lot of people are participating in the price making here. And Wednesday is FOMC meeting. That will be interesting. And well, we've got the weekly candle close coming, don't we? So there will be quite a bit of volatility then as well. So these are the two things. So if we break 1548 to the upside, wave 2 isn't finished. If we break 1425 to the downside, it is confirmation that wave 2 is finished, and we can expect something around $1,200, maybe a little bit lower for that wave 3. Alright, so hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.